And when we look at the developing nations, being high tech is not a by itself it does not guarantee success, and the solutions have to be demonstrating value at the shop floor in the very beginning itself. Otherwise, there is disbelief. All this is a fancy toy. That's a typical reaction to XR that I have heard. And this is where we found that a subscription model helps reduce the resistance because you don't upfront invest thousands of dollars, but you invest a few thousands of dollars and see the benefit in the first month or in the first year, and then you scale up from there. And the other aspect is, I think that is also mentioned that technology is just a tool; it is not an end in itself. So it is. So we have to use XR in areas where learning by doing is very critical, and there are areas where a video or doing an online quiz might give you the knowledge, but only those areas where your hand dexterity is critical. That's where XR can play a big role. And especially in areas where real world, in the real world, if you make a mistake, it's very costly. If you're operating a crane and the boom breaks, the boom is very costly, so it's better to make mistakes on a simulator than on the real world. So in India, when we started using XR, what we found is that 10 years ago we started as a welding simulator company. We had a lot of resistance in scaling up. 7 years back, we added a painting simulator as a separate product. 5 years back, we merged both into one single product, and that's when the scaling started happening. And just before the pandemic, we added more skills. The moment we had 4 skills on the platform, the scale was tremendously shooting up. So instead of a school buying one welding simulator, a separate painting simulator, a separate AC repair simulator, each costing a few tens of thousands of dollars, they invest one single set of simulators, 5 or 10. So an entire classroom can be taught. But for the school, this is a common investment, just like a library or a computer lab is a common lab for the entire school. So that's what we was helping us scale. The other factor that we learned the hard way. Earlier we used to build our own customized hardware, and it was costlier. And then we found that the technology environment has changed a lot in the last 5 years. Part of it, I would say, the launch of Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and once these technologies came, I think we are becoming mainstream. And once the Oculus Quest was released, on a $300 device, you have most of the accurate controller tracking, and Quest 2 has hand tracking. All of these technologies are available. Now, if you are able to build on top of it and make it suitable for your use case, then the end user might have other uses for the same hardware. So the investment into hardware can be shared by both. So if you look at the uh, smartphone adoption in India, I don't have the numbers for Philippines, but India has 1.3 billion people and about 1 billion smartphones. A huge number, billion, not million. So why did smartphones become so popular? Because everything from payment to watching movies to entertainment, the phone call is the least use of the smartphone. So same way in XR, if you use off-the-shelf hardware that can be used for other purposes also, then for the end user it becomes a viable option. So I put these two things on my table here. That is for a reason. Because in India we face a challenge that training centers build state-of-the-art facilities, XR labs, but the enrollment is a challenge. To get people to come into the training center is a challenge. Where we built this portable training center, one laptop and one headset with some accessories and customized software which makes it run seamlessly. So my customers today take this to wherever the construction is happening or wherever possibly gathering with potential students. They take it, they show 1 or 2 hours presentation program and then get it to attract people to come to the training. So what it does is it's not Wi-Fi. It creates a Wi-Fi network of its own. The headset connects to it. Whatever happens in the headset is streamed onto the laptop. So the trainer is able to see what's happening, and you can connect it to a TV or a so no internet, power plus. Anywhere you have a 5 feet by 5 feet space, you can run a training program. So one of my customers, a Japanese paint company called Nippon, they started using this to train people to convert into spray painting professional instead of using brush and rollers. So in the Western world, spray is possibly 40-50% of how paint is applied. In India, it is 1%. And for a paint company, if paint is sprayed, uh, the paint consumption becomes 3 times more. So they can sell more paint. For a paint contractor or a painter, if he sprays instead of doing a brush or roller, he can finish the job 3 times faster. So he can pick up more contracts. So everybody makes money. And this would not have been possible if not for this combination of being able to take it to a small town where there is a hardware store and paint store. So they use XR to train on the day one. On day two, they use the actual spray machine. And in 2 days, a good sterilization is done. And they have a loyalty program. They come back and do upgrade, refresher trainings. So what started as a frugal innovation in India started going abroad. So these are the and close to typically this becomes a multiple smaller going around to get more share. The factor I want to highlight here is that frugal and developing nations compromise quality. You can see how the training centers look. They're quite world class. They have the best equipment. They have the best teachers. And they succeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. Any questions from the audience? Any doubts or clarifications? Please feel free. You can raise your hand. Connie.
No.
Okay, I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah. Talking about India, we're talking about a special place. I can clearly remember that at the Ministry of Employment, they were telling, every measure that you are testing in other and doing in other countries of the world, here we have 1.3 billion people to employ. So the scale of the thing is, very, very different. You were saying, when you were talking about the spreading of the cell phones, would you expect also a spreading of virtual reality headsets? Because as Lorenzo was saying yesterday, coming back to your point that in the cell phone you can do everything. Would you also expect that, because in the virtual reality you can potentially devices, most probably glasses, you would be able to do. You expect also a similar, how much is related to learning? Always one of the countries that has invested the most in skilling. So, working on a little on the at the end
which is
often occur many, happening in many countries. But do you also foresee a similar growth in the use of virtual reality headsets? And if so, how much of it will be pushed by learning?
I think the time is just about coming. The challenge with virtual reality, I would say, has been a lot of hype. So the moment Facebook changed its name to Meta and then said we are creating a metaverse, everybody started saying we are metaverse. And metaverse was given as a solution to every single problem. I don't think that's how it works. There are areas where metaverse should not be used. There are areas where it gives very, very good value. Because the value is high, if you use it, it will grow. So, for example, in last uh, Skillberry and its customers, the use of virtual grew around 150%. But if you look at metaverse as a whole, it has shrunk compared to the year before. So wherever there is application, it is growing. In terms of virtual reality becoming mainstream, today an Oculus Quest 2 is $300 or $400. It is cheaper than the phones that most people carry today. And Facebook has shipped close to 2 million headsets. So I think it's the time is just about coming. The only question is how many of the 2 million headsets are being used daily and how many of them are being used monthly. The numbers are still low. The cost, in my opinion, is to not get sufficient use other than gaming. So if it's to be used for training, then love it absolutely. And one challenge that we find is that the trainers may be a little trainers may be older and they may be hesitant to use technology. But we find that if you identify three, four kids in the student group, they will pick up and they might teach their much faster. So resistance is mainly from the older age, and India has 70% the uh, age group of less than 30. So it's very fast. But let's not overpromise. Let's be very grounded in seeing what all virtual reality is, and it can certainly achieve.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I could not agree more. I feel like um, Facebook kind of ruined it for many of us when they became Meta and started talking about the changing of the world as if it was going to completely change in 2 days. But of course, if we keep our head grounded and as you said, focus on actual applications that have usability, then that's where the growth is at. And you can also see it in the big companies. They are still investing in the technologies, even if they are, as Lorenzo showed some articles, they're publicly saying, no, no, not the metaverse, but they are buying out and investing a lot in the technology growing with specific areas in mind. So, anyway, and before we go into the coffee break, I'm sorry to have gone overboard, but I'm also kind of glad because it means that you were very interested in the topic and were very engaged with the speakers. So, before we finish, after we looked at these two very interesting case studies as well as dive deeper into the human-centered design of it all, with focusing on the trainers and the students themselves. Let's finish with who will tell about the journey of connecting XR companies, civil institutions for a successful implementation. Petri has been working on education sector with XR projects, digital platforms, and learning management systems. He has over 15 years work experience as a digital media and content producer, as well as an entrepreneur, including virtual reality games, projects, and many other solutions. So welcome to the stage. Petri.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm talking about connecting XR companies and web tools together. But just a few words about myself first. Petri from Omnia Education Partnerships from Finland. And this is 10 years ago in Philippines. So I was a bit younger than now, and I was traveling here, backpacking throughout Philippines. And I felt in love with the country, and I'm really excited to be back here. In the my journey, I have been an Excel developer earlier, developing Excel products and apps and all kinds of stuff for web and companies and etc. After that, I started working as an Excel specialist in a web school in Finland, one of the biggest web schools in Finland, working together with Excel who were providing Excel solutions to us, to our teachers and trainers and so on. And now I started working as an expert for OEP, and it's like somewhere in between web schools and companies combining those two together. So that's the situation right now. What is OEP? Has anyone heard about it? No? Just a few words about OEP. So we export Finnish education to other countries, mainly outside the EU. We create courses, online courses, and all kind of learning materials for public organizations, private organizations, companies, institutions, ministries, and so on. And we use XR as one of our tools on our learning platforms and materials. And we also do reality certified training solutions so that you can get a certificate for example, fire safety certificate using VR solutions. And I have a short video about our XR example. Just some examples briefly. That's how virtual. So these are just some short demos that we have made because we have an XR company, we partner with other XR companies and we can together with the organizations. Okay, so that was briefly some examples. So there have been lots of very good speakers already before. I was like, really excited about HR. Probably we feel like this. The first time most people think Turtle is a game changer for everything. HR will change everything. It will replace traditional training for sure. And it will all the problems schools may have for training. Do you have one? Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not the case, at least always. So there are some issues and challenges. However, there's lots of potential in Excel. It will really change something. It will replace training as perhaps not perhaps what you were talking about welding before, like 25% welding training could be made, for example. So it's not replacing all training. And of course, may fix some problems that people may have in educational training. For example, that this is time in course. But you have to be realistic when you think about exam solutions. When I was working in a web school and took later on with other web schools in different countries, there have been challenges, and one of them is that um, when I talk to the school managers, they say, "Oh, we are so excited! We have so many exams in our school, and we can use it for this one, that, and all kinds of learning." And I'm like, "Oh, that's fantastic!" Then I go to talk to the teachers and ask them, "Okay, how is it going with the exam training?" And they are like, "What? What are you talking about?" And then they say that we have some devices, but they are there with the closet somewhere. We don't know how to do it, and no one told us how to do it. And it's so difficult, and there's we prefer the old traditional training. So there are like these kind of challenges I have faced. One of the problems is that, especially from the external funded extra projects, you get lots of money from some funding, and then there's different people working on the project, and they are really excited about XR. They are like over here, and then there's other people, the teachers who are like the end users and students, and they are a separate group, and there's a gap between, there's not so much interaction. The teachers are not involved in the project. So I see that that's one of the big challenges that you have to include the teachers in the processes and take them and make them part of the process. Teachers, they may not be into new tech, maybe older generation teachers, or they are not into the so that's one problem, or they may not see added value on extra solutions compared to the traditional training to use. Of course, the extra solutions itself could lack of pedagogical aspects. They might be made by engineers and not by people who know logical aspects of learning. So user interface, user experiences, no updates, there's different problems schools might face if they take the extra solution from some random provider.